The unseen classmate. This happened during our 4th year in high school, during our first class that afternoon. Some of our classmates came in late, but our teacher didn't seem to mind. She just told them, "Hurry up," and then asked someone to close the door. What struck me as odd was that she didn't say who she was talking to, and no one really moved. Eventually, someone just got up and closed the door. I found it weird, but I ignored it. A few minutes later, the teacher started rechecking our attendance. She looked a bit confused, as if something didn't add up. She checked her list again, then asked us how many students were in the class. We gave her the correct number, the same number that matched her record book. But something still felt off to her. She said, "Maybe someone's just sitting in," suggesting that maybe a student from another class had joined just to listen. That's when many of us started speaking up. We told her that there was no sit-in student. We were sure, we all knew each other. Then the teacher thought it might have been one of her actual students who hadn't been showing up to class, which is why she didn't recognize her. So she looked around the room again, trying to figure out who it was, but the person she had seen earlier was gone. That's when things got really strange. The door had already been closed and no one had left the room since the last student came in. The teacher looked confused and said, she was one of the last to enter. I didn't get a good look at her face, but I remember her lipstick. I won't go into the full description she gave for privacy reasons, but as soon as she said it, most of us froze, and some even shouted in fear. Because we all recognized who she was describing. It was one of our classmates from 3rd year. She had passed away just a few months earlier in an accident. The teacher didn't know her because she had only started teaching us that year, so she hadn't met her before. That classmate wasn't exactly the most serious about school. She wasn't a bad person at all, just someone who would often miss school for days or even weeks at a time. A few days before she passed, one of our teachers had called her mom, warning that she might have to repeat the year if she kept being absent. After that, she started coming to school more regularly. But then, just like that, she was gone. We found out after class one day that she and her boyfriend had been in an accident, and they didn't survive. That afternoon, when the teacher described seeing her, knowing the door was locked the whole time and no one had left, it left all of us shaken. Especially the teacher who saw her. It's quite an experience honestly, a story that might not be scary but surely I will not forget.